7.5, 8.0 IELTS cùng giải đề thi thật tháng 7 chủ đề Complaints.
Xem cái video này cùng chúng mình ôn tập nhé.
Describe a time when you made a complaint and were satisfied with the result.
I'm gonna talk about my complaint 2 years ago when I ordered food as dinner for my family members. So 10 minutes after I clicked on the order button, I went back to the app to double check and found out that my mom's portion had been erased from the list unannounced. So I had ordered at that restaurant before, so I called the number and inquired about this sudden change. At first, the employer told me that since this modification happened on the app, it should have been the driver who notified me with this removal. But I felt dismay with this response and told her immediately that in every case, it was actually the staff who could manage the availability of the food, and if so, they should also have been held accountable for this change, and they should have notified me as well. So eventually, they head to the restaurant. He had to ship 2 extra portions to my house by himself and issue an apology personally to me at my door. So that is the reason that I felt satisfied, because of, firstly, the final response was prompt enough for me to still have faith in the restaurant's customer service, and last but not least, my family could still be able to enjoy the restaurant's good food altogether for the dinner meal.
I'm not too much of a picky person. I'm actually rather easygoing. But I'm gonna share with you this one time when I just had to complain. It was a couple of months ago when I bought an iPhone charger. Yeah, a charger for my iPhone. And when the item arrived, I was rather impressed because, well, I have to admit, the packaging was aesthetically pleasing. However, when I opened the box, the item was nowhere to be seen. And so I was very, very shocked because I felt like I was deceived, like I paid money for it, but the product didn't came. So I immediately confronted the store manager about my problem, and he was very nice. His manners and attitude was okay, and despite my discontent, he still remained calm and tried to fix my problem. In the end, he offered me a different charger and even a voucher, I think. Yeah, even like a voucher as a gift for me. As a result, I was very, very satisfied with the result, with the gift that I got from him, with his manners. And I believe that this was like an experience when I complained a lot because I was furious. But the way that he handled, the way that the store manager handled and his customer service skills were really great. So it really just soothed and like made everything much simpler, and I was very, very happy.
Who complain more, young people or elderly people?
I think that each complain in their own way. Like, I can't explain, but it depends on how young and how old. So like if you're really young, like a child, then the complaint would be like, it would be unintelligible. It would be like a mix of noises and crying, and that would be like a lot. And that's for the young people. And for the elderly, it's a whole different level. So it's like
involving more verbal development.
And old people are rather conservative, and there are things that they don't understand about the new generation, and so they are also retired. So yeah, they have basically not that much to do. So they kind of have this tendency to complain quite a lot inside the house or to their grandchildren, to their children, and so on.
What type of complaints do you prefer? Writing or face-to-face?
Definitely writing, because since I am an introvert person, standing face-to-face in front of the customer service officers. Raising my thoughts will not be my cup of tea since I'm easily overthrown by their, bold attitude to defend themselves. And therefore writing is a much better choice for me to go.
Yeah, and besides, I think that complaints, like the act of complaining, it involves rather sensitive matters. Like it raises negative thoughts and opinions. And so, yeah, I agree with you on that. Like we need to polish and have time to sort of really dive into it and be careful with our words when we put out any complaint.
Yeah, and then complaining face to face may utilize the intonation of your voice in order to express your emotions towards the complaint or towards the person who is in charge of receiving them. So there can be chances where I lose myself.
In some cases, people should complain face to face. What do you think about this?
Yeah, I agree. Because, communicating, and especially when it comes to complaining, like I said before, it is a sensitive matter. Sometimes it involves rather these here and there words here and there that you need to be extra careful with, and especially with some complaints. For example, maybe you want an upgrade in the quality that you're receiving, or you're complaining about the behavior of your employees, or you want to quit your job, for example. Those are really sensitive matters, and if you're not careful, you're not detailed, then it might actually have severe consequences.
Do you think that businesses should respond to their complaints from customers? Why?
Yeah, obviously why not? Because complaints are, also, apart from positive testimonials, they are also reflection of how a business portray their service and, care to customers. Therefore, being able to be responsive and to take care of every single feedback from customer shows that the company really think for the customers. And also, customer feedbacks are the easiest way of gathering insights in order for the research and development department to further the improvements and refinement of the products, so as to avoid those complaints again in the future. So it's a must.